Hi, this is Carol. I can't believe this is our final reflective video and essay already. I do want to say thank you for your help this semester and helping me through some times that I didn't think I was going to get through, so I appreciate your willingness to help with that. And I also just wanted to dive right in and answer the questions that you talked about in the last essay. The first one, of course, is what are the takeaways from this course and how is it going to help us as higher education leaders? I think the first thing that I have to say is this class has helped me to put labels and names to some of the things that I've experienced in leadership. In the first essay that we wrote for this class, you asked us to go through and talk about experiences we've had as leaders. And I did that, and then when I didn't realize they had names, and then at the end of the semester, after we had done the leadership matrix and gone through and looked at different types of leadership, I went back in that essay that I did at the beginning, and I was able to go through and put labels on those experiences that I've had. So I think a couple of things that helped me to realize, how to interact, and that everyone doesn't react the same way to the same situation, and that's okay, but we just need to learn how to work with people who do react differently. I think this book was really good about focusing on different things that leaders, different approaches that surround the leaders, and ones that look at followers, and then different ones who look at both. So that was something that I think was really important. As I've said time and again in this class, our school is going through a lot of change. We have a newly appointed president. We're redoing our strategic plan, and she has combined forces with different offices on campus. So we've formed different strategic committee teams, and I'm actually chairing the Strategic Enrollment Management Committee. So I think this class is really going to help me to understand how to interact with faculty members that I'm not used to interacting with, or how to interact with other employees who have totally different styles than I do, and to learn not to be frustrated with them if they don't react to a situation the way I do, or if they have a different rank, or however they are in the reporting scale. But just to look and know that there are usually reasons why they react the way they do, and that there's something that we can do to work through it. So that's really good. The two styles that resonated most with me are behavioral and situational. I think that as a leader I've been in this business for 20 years plus, and I've been at this job now for 5. I was there 8 years in the past. So I have a lot of experience at this school. I don't know as much as a lot of people there, I'm sure, but with having the knowledge and the background I do with that school, it's often hard for me to realize that people do need as much support as they do. So I'm kind of a hands-off leader who I'm going to say, if you know your job, then you don't need me looking over your shoulder. And what these approaches have let me know, sometimes people do want you to look over their shoulder. You need to keep them motivated, and you need to let them know that they do matter. So that's something that I think was really important that I learned from this class. Let's see, I looked at that one thing that I think I experienced a couple of times before, but this time for the first time, or the biggest thing, this material actually relates to real life, and it works in the job as well as out of the job. So I think this teaches you how to deal with people, and it's really good when you're reading these course materials if you think, hey, this is something I can really use in real life. So I think that was really important for me. And, when I looked at it from a supervisor standpoint, most of the readings when I went through, I thought about me as a leader and the people who work in my office. But then when I looked at it for this assignment, I thought, I'm going to go back and see how this feels if I look at it from a subordinate standpoint. And how am I going to be able to make a better relationship with my boss through some of the things I've learned in here. So I was able to kind of go back and reflect on it at the end and look at it from both the subordinate and supervisor standpoint. And I would say that if there was one thing I might add to this class, it might be that it stressed that we look at it from both angles, because it is useful from both sides. As far as the doctoral student perspective, I think this class was really good in that it showed us about the leadership component that we are to include in the dissertation. But I think the most important part is that, I'm a first generation student. I know we've talked a lot in class that a lot of us are first generation. So I think this helps us to know how to make a research project and how to, what we're to expect. I mentioned in the last reflection that these trips to Statesboro have been hard on me. It's a 5-hour trip each way, and then we have the 8 hours class, or 7 hours that we're there. So that's been hard for me. I do understand the reason why we do it, and I think it's really good. I think we are better if we work as a team, and we learn more from each other, and we are the only people who are going through what we're going through. So that's something that's been really good, I think. I think the readings are excellent in this class. I thought they were really good, and I think the fact that we've chosen our dissertation topics early, so that we can use this research in our final dissertation. So I think that's really good. I enjoyed the class. I had some struggles, as you know, this semester, but all in all, I think it's a very useful class, very useful for employees. And actually, my supervisor at work saw one of my books the other day, and she wants to read it. So I think that's good that she is embracing the things that are in here, so that we're able to hopefully change our campus culture for the better. So I had a great semester. Hope you have a happy holiday. Thank you. Bye.